My name is Robert Zatorre. I'm a professor at the Montreal Neurological Institute of McGill University. My laboratory studies the neural basis of auditory function, and especially with respect to speech and music. My background has a lot to do with this because when I was an undergraduate, I was very fascinated by music. And so I did a degree in music as well as a degree in psychology. And at some point, I realized that I really wanted to be a scientist, but my interest, my love of music was still very strong. So when I went to do my PhD training, I was able to convince my supervisor that it would be really fascinating to use music as a way to understand cognition and as a way to understand the brain. And indeed, over the past 40 or more years, that's what we've been up to. We're very lucky to be at the Montreal Neurological Institute because we have access to all kinds of different neuroscience types of methods, including, for example, functional imaging, as well as brain stimulation, as well as EEG, and so forth. So we have all the right tools to be able to probe how the brain works and to look at responses in relation to music. And among the various discoveries that we've made, probably the most important one has to do with how music generates pleasure in us. So when you listen to music, you might experience strong pleasure, you might have chills, you might have a vivid sensation. And we wanted to understand where this comes from. How does this arise in the brain? And we've been able to pinpoint it to a circuitry in the brain that's called the reward circuit. These are neurons in the brain that respond to highly salient and highly rewarding information. And so we were able to demonstrate that that's the area of the brain, the system that responds to musical pleasure. And in my lecture at Santa Fe, I'll be talking about how the perceptual parts of our brain, the parts of the brain that are responsible for hearing sounds and for putting those sounds together into patterns and making predictions about what events are coming next. I'll discuss how all of that interacts with the reward system as the way that we get musical pleasure. I'm very much looking forward to being at the music festival, talking to you about music and listening to some of the great concerts. Thanks.